Yes, my brother Kasmwel has said that, well, sometimes I think because I'm a carpenter, I'm closer to Christ. And it will not be further from the truth. I am indeed close to Christ. But you see, the problem with our friend Kasmwel is that he thinks that because Akili ni nywele and he has a lot of it, then he knows more. The truth is that whatever he is doing at ODM is something I did there 7 years ago. I was a youth leader in ODM when I was 22 years old.
Prove it, because this is just hearsay.
I even have a picture I'm going to show you right now. Just right now, not later. I was in ODM together with Kinababu Owino a long time ago. In fact, I remember at that time, I spent some of my help money to pay for a premium membership. I remember it was Kenya shillings 20,000. I had a lot of hope in ODM. I believed in it. My parents have supported ODM. I was at ODM at some point, so whatever he's doing now is something I did 7 years ago. So in terms of experience, political experience, I'm 7 years ahead of him, and I can give him a little bit of education about what happens in ODM. The first thing I'm going to tell him is one of the reasons we have corruption in Kenya is because there is corruption in political parties. Because when you sell tickets to candidates at a cost of 10 million to be a member of parliament, the first thing this person, when he becomes a member of parliament, will do will be to recover the money that they have spent.
I want us to stay away from hearsay, because
now we are wondering.
All right, then can the younger people organize?
Let's go into
so that
because we could also say the same of inject. Because
let me ask this question. Which are some of the most corrupt counties in Kenya in terms of the corruption index, wastage of public funds? Because corruption is not only in the UDA government.
The EACC is investigating all the counties.
The corruption
back
is
to how
also
the young people organize to take power. You have started your own party.
Let me just finish on my point.
To meet the president
corruption
so
is also, do we agree that there's corruption in ODM counties?
In all counties.
We agree
there's
corruption in the inject as well. We've seen
actually corruption is a Kenyan problem.
Yes,
in your own. If you think about inject, it came at a time when we had agreed that we were supposed to just keep this as a movement. But then a man who once went on record asking us, what do we mean by Ruto must go, comes along and whips up the public's emotions, sources for funds, some from dubious sources, and because it has to be justified in the public, culminates into a party which lacks ideology, a party which founding members and strong members have come out to castigate, to say that the party leader is serving nothing but self-interests. And this is something that we had seen prior. And this is why there are reasons why I could not work with such a party, because you find there's a party where a man has just shown up, and then the party chair is his classmate, then he's just surrounded by a few men with dubious characters. And the problem with people like Morara is, you know, because he thinks he's a carpenter, he's closer to Christ. Think about UDA, which is also a special purpose vehicle to win an election, has no grounding in ideology. So I sat down and analyzed in the political sphere, because remember, I used to lead an organization that was called the NCCPA, that had 67 organizations, had social justice centers, had some political parties in there, but with a realization that there are people who are just committed to empty sloganeering. Amilcar Cabral says, we cannot do away with imperialism by hurling insults at it. We will not deal with President Ruto. We will not ensure he leaves office by chanting Ruto must go. We have to organize. And I looked at this political scene when I said it categorically that for me now I'm taking a political angle. And I wanted to join a party that had grounding, that had stood the test of time, in a country that is littered with epitaphs of unmarked graves of opposition parties that have not survived the test of time.
If you look at Article 2.3 of the Inject Party Constitution, number 1 is to fight corruption, number 2 is economic transformation, number 3 is civic empowerment, number 4 institutional reform, number 5 environmental sustainability, number 6 is justice.
But those are points.
Those are ideologies of our party.
Now, textbook has that.
They might have it in writing. We have it at heart. My Secretary General at Inject Party is a Maasai. is called Solonka Pareno.
Was he or was he not your classmate?
The person who is in charge, look, Orengo was with Raila.
That's what we are saying. What
is wrong with working with my classmate?
Yes, then what is wrong
if I trust him enough to work with him, it's exceptional. It's beautiful. How many classmates are working together?
We don't have a problem with you working
with the Secretary General.
But you're blaming other people for doing the exact thing you're doing. Is that what we are?
I've not blamed Raila for working with his classmates.
Yes. No.
I'm blaming him for taking advantage of the Gen Z demonstration, riding on the blood of the youth who have died to benefit himself economically and have positions in government.
You know, you've taken this thing where you want to legitimize your part of the struggle with blood. That's why you would lead people against the popular temper. For example, you took your people to Narok where only you were not hurt, but your teammates were hurt. So you want to legitimize your struggle thinking it deserves blood. And we keep on telling you that if you're trying to transform it...
So the only way I become part of my team is I'm hurt.
No. You're not listening.
Come on,
if you want to truly transform this country, you have to be absolutely honest in your dealings, because the thing which you're doing is trying to, and there's this narrative that you've been trying to see where you're driving sympathy or you're driving, I do not have a problem with you changing campaign financing, I do not have a problem with you unearthing projects. What I have a problem with is you trying to pull certain stunts to try and whip up emotion, because the new thing which you're trying to drive and which even your founding members...
Let me agree with you.
Yes, even your founding members...
If you have a part of this...
Can we also be part and parcel of this conversation?
Sorry. I was in the front line and I saw things. I saw people make money off of the protests. I saw some of these people who were yapping. There's a lady who was insulting me on some television station. She stole money meant for mobilization and lied that she was going to bring 100 youths to the streets. And she did not. After seeing the skullduggery that was happening in this movement, I said, I want to be in a place where my work will not just only be leading the children of the working poor to the streets to get shot at without any sustainable change. And people have done it differently. People like Morara have formed a party. At its formation and its inception, to be fair, we were on different sides of the divide. It was a time issue, whatever it was. But of the existing parties in our democracy, the Orange Democratic Movement is the one that promised the most change.
Okay.
And I keep on saying, if I am as insignificant, why do the people still keep on, I don't know how many months later, bashing me?
Yeah, this is more of a systemic problem. And I even tweeted about it and asked, should we be removing President William Ruto alone, or should we be removing the system that makes people like President William Ruto president? Because at the end of the day, if we do not accept that this is a systemic problem, we are not going to solve it. So in my thinking, there are two parts to this story: the government story and the people's story. On government, nothing has changed. The leader.
Hello guys, and welcome back to Morara TV. So we remember these interviews. They were really vibrant. They were really, I don't know, engaging and everything. And these two gentlemen showed us that we actually can get other leaders apart from the ones we keep recycling in the government and everything. But these people fell out. Okay, according to Kasmwel alienda ODM, and he's saying that he went to ODM because ODM has withstood the hands of time, or sijui hata inasemwangu aje, but he says that it was hard to work without a party. It was hard to work without a farm entity or a farm chama or something. And he felt like ODM is a strong chama. And I also agree with him, because chama ya ODM has really withstood a lot. Man, like, I don't know, starting from its leader to name it. A lot has happened in ODM, and the people who are there from the, tangu jadi, wale watu wamekuwa pale, tukianza na the Honorable Raila Mola Odinga. This chama has withstood a lot. I agree with Kasmwel and everything. But guys, what do you think? Do you think Kasmwel went there because of him needing a chama or needing a farm entity, or did he go there because there was what can I say? Because there was because he is interested in politics. I'm not saying Morara is not interested, he is, but he kind of tries to be different, okay? He kind of tries to have a different approach to politics, a different approach to leadership. But Kasmwel seems to be going back to what people have been doing from Jadi, from Kitambo, from way back, you know, entering in politics, choosing a party and everything. So you guys might be wondering, okay? You might be wondering where Kasmwel came from. And I really want to show you a certain video here so that you can really understand where this guy came from. Because he's been an eloquent person. He's been an eloquent English speaker. He's been in what do we call it? I don't know. I remember the name. I'll tell you. But he's been an eloquent speaker. He's been a good debater. Yeah, I wanted to say debate. He's been on debate groups and everything, or debate clubs in school, in his high school, and I feel he's a good leader. He just needs someone to guide him. Okay, I'm not saying Kebaso doesn't need someone to guide him, but remember, Kebaso and Kasmwel are two different people. Kasmwel has not tested money. Okay, you know, is not wealthy, or it doesn't have a stable place to go back to, but Morara does. Morara owns apparently 5 companies, or only 4 companies. The most one that we know is Morara Furniture. That has so many locations, or so many places in Nairobi, you know, in Kenya. It has branches, in short. And there's also a real estate company and others. So this is a person, when Kenyans believe that if he enters politics, or if he becomes president, or if he becomes a leader, whatsoever leader, he won't be a glutton, or he won't be he won't go there to eat people's money. Okay, that's a presumption. Nobody's saying he won't. Nobody's saying he will. We are just saying people who have money tend to be more reluctant on corruption. Not reluctant on corruption, but reluctant on participating in corruption, other than those who are entering there and they have nothing for themselves. My opinion, though, you can tell me in the comment section what you think, but that is what I think. All right, guys, let me show you what our very own Kasmwel Makoyo used to be. He has been who he is right now. And sometimes I feel like he is who he thinks he is. Sometimes he is not who he thinks he is. I really don't know. You tell me in the comment section. Okay, guys? Watch this.
It's a bit hot in here, and the fans are trying their best, but this motion is siding with the sun, I propose. To my opponents, here you have come and given us a 5-cent argument on a $10 motion that a cashless economy is most definitely the best stimulus to economic growth. I mean, you come here and tell me that cash payment is the only mode of payment that is legalized as tender. Are you trying to tell me that when any one of us here, our judges or our teachers, go out there to their ATM cards, they just go there to have fun, maybe to get a bit more of exposure outside the bank life of queuing and stuff? Are you telling me the people who swipe trade in something that is not legal? And if it is, you're trying to tell me that almost all business in Kenya, or all businesses that take place in any other state that uses cashless economy.
So what do you think about this young man, Mr. Kasmwel Makoyo? Okay, I just don't know. You guys, tell me what you think, because, well, he's an eloquent speaker. You can attest to that. But anyway, guys, subscribe, like, share, and above all, comment down below. Now, usisahau kuombea Kenya, because a lot is going on. It's either we are going through a lot, or a lot is going through us. Okay, bye, guys. Subscribe, like, share, and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.